This is Living Halal.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for tuning in. And in this episode we are going to talk about how to deal with peer pressure. The reason that you think there is someone out there looking at you or feeling a certain way about you and exerting pressure on you is because either they spoke to you, they express themselves to you, or it's just a feeling inside of you. But really, the reaction from you that you have to be considered and be pressured by them and do something because that's what they are telling you, or not doing something because that's what they are telling you, even that is against what's good for you in terms of dunya and akhirah, this shows that suddenly you lost control. So in this training, when we say about developing your emotional strength, we want you to develop the skills so you can be in control. You can be in control of the situation and you can be stronger than the problem. That's why the program is called Stronger Than Ever. So how do you deal with peer pressure? To remove the pressure, you have to dilute it. So how do you dilute it? You defocus it. You don't focus on it. So you broaden the circle of awareness, of your consciousness. Because first of all, sometimes really nobody cares about you. Like if you're praying in public, really nobody is looking at you. If today you wore certain types of clothing, you think everybody is looking at you, really nobody is looking at you. But say, yes, people are looking at you. So, who cares? But how can you reach to that level of thinking that, okay, I don't care? Is when you broaden the circle of consciousness. If you don't focus on, okay, the people around me, I have to behave in a certain way regarding how I conduct myself and dress and all that, then you can relieve that pressure from yourself. And you can broaden that circle and remove the focus two ways. One, in terms of expanding the timeline. What does it mean? If you think about your life, when you were in grade school and someone said something bad about you, maybe you felt so bad. But just think about it now, after all these years. Do you really care? Do you really care? So that feeling really has been diluted. So same thing, at the moment of pressure, you feel, oh, now everybody is looking at me, or my friend told me I have to go with them, I have to go and miss Salah because they will be mad at me. But if you dilute it and you think about it in terms of 5 years, in terms of 10 years, what does it matter if you went with them or not? So this is in terms of time. And if you expand this timeline so long and so much till it reach the end of your life, and more than that, till you reach the akhirah. And now ask yourself, what does it matter now? What matters is to please Allah and answer Allah's call, because on the judgment day, that's what matters. So this is expanding the timeline. The same for expanding the space. If you expand the space, there are so many people on this earth. If you lose one friend, if you do badly in one company, it doesn't really matter. Allah has created His provision not limited to the things that in front of you. That you say, well, if I lose this friend, that's no more friends that I can get. Or if I lose this job, there's no more solutions, no more jobs for me. This is not true. And we can learn this in terms of removing the peer pressure from the stories of the magicians of Fir'aun. And the pressure that they got was much, much bigger than what we experience every day. Not only losing their job, they're losing their life. So their story in short, Fir'aun asked them to compete with Musa in terms of magic tricks and skills. So before the competition started, They asked Fir'aun, they said, okay, what if we win over Musa? And Fir'aun said, you will be rewarded handsomely. But yet, when they discovered the truth, and they followed Musa alayhi salam, and Fir'aun got mad about them, not only that they gave up the reward that Fir'aun promised them, but they basically gave up everything. Fir'aun told them that I'm going to cut your limbs and crucify you on the tree trunks. So these magicians, they experience a great pressure in a short period. Within few minutes, they turn from someone are very close to Fir'aun to someone are not only losing their job, but they have to lose their life. But yet, how did they handle it? They expanded their circle of focus. They're not limiting themselves to this dunya that they were enjoying, or a few more years that they can enjoy, but they were thinking about the akhirah. They said, قَالُوا لَن نُؤْثِرَكَ عَلَى مَا جَاءَنَا مِنَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالَّذِي فَطَرَنَا فَاقْضِ مَا أَنْتَ قَاضٍ إِنَّمَا تَقْضِي هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا. We will not prefer you over what has come clear to us of the proof from Musa and from Allah who created us. So decree whatever you want to decree. They are telling Fir'aun, do whatever you want to do. Judge whatever you want to judge. All you can do is within this dunya's limit. They are losing everything in this dunya. But yet when they expanded their circle of awareness and consciousness to be outside this dunya, suddenly this dunya appeared to them as nothing. So same for peer pressure. Dilute it and remove that pressure from yourself. You will find that is nothing. So again, this is just one tip from the beautiful Islamic teachings that we have. So that's why we think that developing emotional strength is really important for you as an individual and also for Muslims as a community. Because we often put our time and money in terms of developing physical strength. We will eat and talk about halal meat because that's what makes us stronger. And after we eat, we go to the gym, we spend money, we spend time in the gym, or outside the gym we eat more halal meat. So this is all about physical needs. And in terms of spiritual need, we'll also talk about memorize Quran, go to the masjid. And intellectual strength, again, the people and the communities, they will put you in school, you will spend money, you will pay tuition, buy books, all about intellectual strength. But the topics that will tie all these together and makes you a complete human being, the emotions behind you, we neglect them. So I will end this talk with this story. The story of the beginning of this deen. When the Prophet ﷺ was in the cave of Hira, and the angel Jibreel ﷺ came to him. Angel Jibreel was squeezing him. Angel Jibreel was asking the Prophet ﷺ to read. So one of the reasons that the Prophet ﷺ was able to carry on this message and deliver it to us was because of emotional strength. At that moment, he was weaker than Jibreel alayhi salam. At that moment, he had a valid excuse. Intellectually, he couldn't read, but yet that didn't prevent him from carrying this message and taking this mission of Allah. So again, we want to show the importance of emotional strength, and inshallah, if you are interested in developing this aspect in your life, then check out the new training, Stronger Than Ever. It will be delivered online and over the phone. So inshallah, you can attend that and develop yourself emotionally, use that strength to your advantage, and become successful not only in this dunya but also in the hereafter, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This has been a presentation of livinghalal.com. All rights reserved.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe today.